Perfect fit closets. How to use our drawers. There are two drawer options that all our dealers can use. We have our thermally fused laminate 3/4 inch 19 millimeters unassembled or pre-assembled, as well as our Dovetail 5/8 or 16 millimeters assembled. Let's show you how to use this, and let's see the two types of drawer boxes that we carry. The first type of drawer box, and let's try to find it. This is our dealer portal. I'm going to hover over our products tab and select our closet components and garage components section. In this section here, we can scroll down to our drawer box section, and we have our 3/4 inch section as well as a Dovetail drawer box section. In our 3/4 inch 19 millimeter section, we have this unassembled as our first option. It comes in 5 pieces. It's got a front, back, left and right, and bottom. Installers can certainly use 12 pre-glued dowels that comes provided, quickly dump them in water, and use mallet, and it quickly takes a few minutes to assemble these drawer boxes. These drawer boxes come in all our colors from our level 1 pricing all the way to our level 4 pricing. Dealers also have the option to have these pre-assembled, and somebody at our factory will assemble these for you at a additional cost. The next type of drawer box that we carry is our Dovetail drawer boxes, which are 5/8 or 16 millimeter drawer boxes. These come pre-assembled. There is no other option for this, and you can see the Dovetail on the sides. Dovetail drawer boxes are fairly sturdy, and it's got a clear coat lacquer varnish on top. Our drawer boxes have widths when you have your modules between 12 to 36 inch wide modules. This is the maximum limitation that you can certainly have, although you can have modules up to 48 inches wide. I have pre-selected 30-inch wide modules for my example shown here, and several different depths from 12, 14, 16, 19, 22, and 24. With our depths and our widths, we can always go to a 1/16 of an inch and be nice and accurate for you. In our catalog, I'm going to select our local browser in our PFC can. I'm going to double click our categories, and I'm going to select our parts to find our drawers. In our drawer section, we're going to double click. We've got our 3/4 inch unassembled or pre-assembled, hence the word assembly option. And below that is our Dovetail drawer boxes. I'm going to select a 12-inch high front, and that's what these descriptions means. 6-inch high front, 8-inch high front, 9-inch high front, as well as a 12-inch high front. I love using our larger drawer boxes, so I'm going to select our 12-inch high front. We're going to drag it into our elevation view. Once I see my magnet, I'm going to let go of my mouse. It selects to my first module. I can go to my second module and so forth. We're going to keep it to our first module, and I'm going to drop it down as far as I can. Right now, I'm just grabbing the drawer box, but as soon as I find the position, I'm going to left click once, and the drawer front populates. We can see in our attributes, we can right click on our drawer box and select attributes. In our attributes section, we're going to right click this illustration so we can see it a bit better. You can see that it comes with the following pieces. As soon as I drag that one component in there, it comes with dowels, it comes with posi screws, flat screws, my 12-inch deep drawer slide with a 12-inch slide, the drawer fronts, the handle options, drawer front screws, as well as flat screws. So all these components will be sent out as soon as you drag and drop a drawer box. Let's do this again for our 14-inch deep system. We'll drag a 12-inch high front. I see my magnet. I'm going to let go of my mouse. I'm just grabbing the drawer box, and we're going to drop it down. And we'll go into our properties again to show you. We'll go into our attributes, right-click the illustration, and below that we can see that it's now coming with a 14-inch slide. Let's do this again with our 19-inch deep system. Now, With our 19-inch deep system, please note that we can only have undermount slides that come in 12, 14, 16, and 18. So if I've got a 19-inch deep module right here, let's see what happens. We're going to drag it in to my module. I see my magnet. I'm going to let go of my mouse and drop it as far as I can or in position. Left click once, and I can see a little bit of a gap from the back of the drawer box to the back of the drywall. Let's right click on the illustration and left click on our attributes. We're going to right click on our illustration in our general tab, and below here we can see it's going to be coming with an 18-inch slide. Therefore, we know that if we have a 19-inch deep system or a 21-inch deep system or 20, so 18, 19, 20, or 21 will always come standard with an 18-inch deep slide to accommodate. So there'll be a little bit of a gap from the back of the drawer box to the drywall because of those limitations. Let's do that again with our 22 and 24. We're going to drag our 12-inch high front. We'll drop it in here, and one more time in our 24-inch deep system. We can see with our 22-inch deep system, just visibly with the naked eye, we can see that there's no gap. But with the 24-inch deep system, we see that little bit of a gap here from the back of the drywall to the back of the drawer box. And in the back of the drawer box, we have 2 3/8 variants. If we right click on the actual drawer box, we'll left click on our attributes, and we can see, right click the illustration, and right here, it's going to come with our undermount soft close slides 22 inches deep. This applies for both our 3/4 inch deep TFL drawer boxes as well as our 5/8 dovetail drawer boxes. What's really cool about this assembly as well, in addition to that, is we have now given our dealers a fantastic option to have this unassembled to save cost. Everything is flat packed, or we can actually assemble this at the factory for a nominal cost. Currently, they're all unassembled. If I right click on the drawer box and we can go to our features and options, another dialog box appears. So right now in question, we're talking about this TFL 3/4 inch drawer box. I know that's in question because it's highlighted in green behind this dialog box. If we scroll all the way down, in between edge banding left and edge banding right, we've got a little line item here that says drawer unassembled ? The current option code means that it's no. We are not assembling this. We're just merely providing the dowels, and they're going to come flat packed, very similar to this picture here. This is the pre-assembled, and this is the unassembled. We can select yes, and by selecting yes, we will assemble this particular drawer on your behalf with the nominal costs. Let's go ahead and delete these. And we're going to try adding our dovetail drawer boxes. So we'll do the same thing again. It's right underneath our dovetail section. So again, we're going to double click on our categories, parts, drawers, and underneath the drawers, we have our assembly option, unassembled or pre-assembled. And then we have our assembled dovetail drawer boxes. I'll choose the largest one here. We're going to left click, drag it into my elevation. Once I see my magnet, I'm going to let go of my mouse and drop it in. So really, essentially, they're exactly the same thing, except the product codes are going to be different. When we right click these product codes, we can right click this one. This one says 3/4 inch MDW. And if we right click here, we have DW for our dovetails. So please make a note, whenever you're dragging and drop drawer boxes, make sure they're all symmetrical by adding one in the same, by adding all MDWs or all DWs. You'll notice that all our drawer boxes, regardless of TFL or the dovetail, they come in 6-inch high fronts, 8-inch high fronts, 9-inch high fronts, and 12-inch high fronts. There's also another one that's called 12F, and there is a different video on how to use the 12F drawer boxes. Essentially, they're exactly the same, except the drawer front is a little bit higher. It's 12.5 inches high front to accommodate office supplies such as file folders for the offices. You can certainly use this option for really anything that you would like, but again, this is particularly made for office supplies and for your file folders, letter or legal. I'm going to keep going ahead. This is our Dovetail drawer box right now. I'm going to keep going ahead and start adding in our drawer bank. There is no fixed shelf in between. I'm just going to keep adding some drawers. This is now my drawer bank, so I've added a 12, 12, 12, and let's add in a 9 as well. To finish off our drawer bank, we always want to have a fixed shelf at the very bottom as well as the very top to encase the drawer box tower or drawer bank. I'm going to double click on our categories, double click on our parts, double click our shelves. I'm going to left click shelf fixed. I'm going to drag it into my elevation view. As soon as I see my magnet, I'm going to let go of my mouse and I'm going to drop it in just underneath the front for a half overlay. So we have half overlay on the left, right, bottom, and top. We look at our properties very carefully. We've rounded our numbers for our drawer boxes for 6, 8, 9, and 12. But if we actually do our line-to-line annotation, the actual size of the drawer front is not 9 inches. It's actually 8 and 11/16. So here at Perfect Fit, we rounded them off. For our 12-inch high front, it's actually not 12, but it's actually 11.25, and so forth. I'll do it one more time. 11.25. Because every client is a different height, I always like to ensure that I do a line-to-line annotation from the very top of the drawer box to the floor. Drawer box dimensions can easily be found by doing your line-to-line annotations, but quite simply, we can go back to our drawer box section in our dealer portal and click here to find out drawer box dimensions. If we select here, we can download the Excel file, and in our Excel file, we've got all the dimensions depending on the height and width of each drawer box, from our outside box dimensions to our inside box dimensions. I've opened up our Excel document, and we have different examples of widths of their, and we can see that we have our drawer front width, outside box width, finished outside box width, and so forth. We've got actual box heights, inside box heights, outside box heights, outside box depths, and much, much more. Regardless of how many drawers you have for your drawer bank, you will always need a fixed shelf, regardless if it's one drawer or several drawers. I can easily select a Dovetail drawer box. We can grab a 12-inch high front, and we'll drop it in to my module. And again, I'm going to go to my parts, shelves, and left click shelf fixed, drop it into my module, and again, half overlay. And there you can see the differences between 4 drawer box tower versus a 1 tower, but I do have a fixed shelf at the very top, half overlay off every single drawer bank. If you have any questions, please give us a call at support@perfectfitcanada.com or email us there. The best thing that we have done for improvements for our latest catalog is our TFL drawer boxes come unassembled or pre-assembled. The question that everyone keeps asking is, again, how do we change it from unassembled to pre-assembled? And again, we can go to our parts, drawers. We'll take our TFL unassembled 3/4 inch. We're going to drop it into our module here. And I'm going to right click, go into my features and options. And this is where I would change it from our drawer assembled. Default will always be no. We will always give it unassembled. And again, for nominal fee, we can select yes. And we will pre-assemble the drawer box for you on your behalf. Thank you very much.